Hey guys, today I'm filming a palette of the month review video on the Balm Meet Matte Shmaker palette, which is their newest addition to their Meet Matte series. This palette retails for $29.50 and you can purchase it from thebalmcosmetics.com. Now this is a very affordable high-end palette, but I do not recommend buying this full price because the Balm is on Haute Look about every 4 months or so. And on the Balm's brand website, they have a 50% off site-wide sale about 2 times a year. So I would definitely recommend holding out and waiting until you can buy this on sale. So one of the things the Balm is the most known for is their packaging. It is all super cute, vintage looking packaging. So as I said, the name of this palette is Meet Matte Shmaker, which is supposed to be like matchmaker. And you have Matt here who has like a Cupid outfit on, which is so cute. The Balm's palette packaging, I'm pretty sure every single one they have is this really sturdy cardboard palette with a magnetic closure. If you guys are not new to my palette of the month videos, you know this is my favorite kind of packaging because it is very sleek yet still sturdy, and it is just super duper cute. So I absolutely love this kind of packaging and I love their designs. I think it is so precious. And then on the back you have like a little bio of him. It says he's 6'2", he has blue eyes, he enjoys long walks on the beach, creamy eyeshadows and fabulous liners. And then it shows you all the little duos with their names and the pictures of them, which I think is really nice. Inside you do have a nice size mirror, then you have little hearts around the border, and on the inside you have 6 eyeshadow duos, and these are a matte and shimmer duo. All of the matte eyeshadows are named after a man named Matt, and then all of the shimmer shadows are named after a female, and they both have the same last name. So these are supposed to be like couples, which I think is a super cute idea. Now of course they could have put 2 men's names in here to represent several different types of relationships. I think that could have been really nice as well, but I do think it's a cute idea and I really understand and appreciate what they're doing here because this is very different from their other Meet Matte palettes. So they did have an original Meet Matte a while ago, but they have discontinued it, and now they have Meet Matte Nude, Meet Matte Trimony, and Meet Matte Adore. All 3 of those palettes have 9 very large pans and they are completely matte palettes. I did include the Meet Matte Nude and the Meet Matte Trimony in my top 5 underrated products video, which I will link above. I don't have Meet Matte Adore because I don't enjoy the colors in that palette. They have a lot of very similar transition shades and then a bunch of really, really dark colors, and you guys know I don't tend to wear really deep shades, so I pass on that one. But the other 2, I really enjoy the colors and I love the formula. So this palette is different from all the rest of those because this includes mattes and shimmers. You have 6 mattes and 6 shimmer shades. So now I'm just going to go through all of the shades, tell you the names, show you swatches. Usually I would include dupes, but I went to Talia's website and she does not currently have any dupes available for this palette, but I do have to say that the colors in this palette are not unique and you definitely have dupes somewhere in your collection. So here is what the palette looks like up close. The top rows are matte and the bottom rows are shimmer. For this first duo we have Matte Lemos and Pat Lemos, Matt Shavaran and Kate Shavaran, Matt Stupak and Alex Stupak, Matt Campbell and Lisa Campbell, Matt Snyder, Rose Snyder, Matt Wong, Jamie Wong. And now as I've really looked at all of these names and I've said them out loud, Pat and Alex are gender neutral names, so these could be representing females or they could also be representing males, which I love that they include gender neutral names there. That way they can be representing different kinds of couples instead of just representing heterosexual couples with these shadow names. So here are swatches of all of the shades in these palettes. I have them swatched in their duos, starting with the matte shade followed by the shimmer shade. The first shade is Matte Lemos, which is a light creamy peach matte. Next is Pat Lemos, which is a beautiful orangey copper shimmer finish. Next is Matte Shavaran, which is a gorgeous mauve rose color with a matte finish. Kate Shavaran is a really beautiful warm pink champagne shimmer. Matt Stupak is a medium warm brown matte. Alex Stupak is a medium warm bronze shimmer. Matt Campbell is a deep dark cool brown matte. Lisa Campbell is a really cool pinky purple shimmer finish. Matt Snyder is a medium neutral tone brown matte. Rose Snyder is an olive green shimmer. Matt Wong is a deep navy matte. Jamie Wong is a medium dusty peacock blue shimmer. So now I want to share my thoughts on the colors I chose to put in this palette. So you do have a matte cream, and I think this is a nice cream because it isn't too pale. It actually is a bit peachy, and I think this would work really well for light medium and lighter tan skin tones as a shade to set your primer or as a nice brightening brow bone highlight. I think that could be really nice. And then you do have a really pretty matte mauve, a matte warm brown, and then these three matte shades along the bottom here are much deeper, especially this very dark brown matte Campbell and this very dark navy matte Wong. Matt Snyder isn't too deep. It looks deep on me, but it wouldn't on other skin tones. So for me, these two shades here are a little too dark. I can't put them on my crease, but I can use them as an outer corner color. But I think it is great that they put deep colors in here because for deeper skin tones, these aren't going to look so intense like they do on me. And that way, deeper skin tones can actually get some definition, because so many times colors that are perfect for me only work as transition tones for people that have a deeper complexion. So I do enjoy that they tried to have a variety of depth within their matte shades so they could fit a variety of skin tones. So I think they did a good job matching up the matte and shimmer shadows in these duos. They are very complementary and go together really well. So I am pleased with that. And while I do like a lot of these colors individually, I like the duos. These are not unique shades whatsoever, and you absolutely have dupes of these in your collection. So now I'm going to show you all of the looks that I created with this palette. I was able to use every single shade, but I did have to add some supplemental transition shades because I couldn't just use the colors in this palette because of my skin tone. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. As a base on my lid, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow Crayon in Enduring Rose. For my transition color, I'm using Anastasia Dusty Rose. From the Balm Meet Matte Shmaker palette on my lid, I'm wearing Kate Shavaran. And in my crease, I'm wearing Matte Shavaran. And please forgive me if I mispronounce those. Here are what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the MAC Limited Edition Blush in What I Fancy. On my lips, I'm wearing the Dose of Colors Liquid Lipstick in Rosebud. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. As a base on my lid, I'm using Maybelline Color Tattoo in Caramel Cool. For my transition color, I'm using Makeup Geek Bake Sale. From the Balm Meet Matte Shmaker palette, I'm wearing Pat Lemos on my lid, Matte Lemos as a brow bone highlight, and Matte Stupak in my crease. On my waterline and the outer part of my lower lash line, I'm using the Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil in the shade Striking Copper. Here are what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the Too Faced Love Flush Blush in Funfetti. On my lips, I'm wearing the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Fresh Cut. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. For my transition color, I'm using Makeup Geek Bake Sale. From the Balm Meet Matte Shmaker palette, I'm wearing Alex Stupak on my lid and Matte Stupak in my crease. I line my waterline with the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Prance. Here are what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the Too Faced Love Flush Blush in Funfetti. On my lips, I'm wearing the Anastasia Liquid Lipstick in Dolce. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. As a base on my lid, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow in Enduring Rose. From the Balm Meet Matte Shmaker palette, I'm wearing Lisa Campbell on my lid and Matte Shavaran in my crease. For my transition color, I used Makeup Geek Cupcake. And here are what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the MAC blush in What I Fancy. On my lips, I'm wearing the Urban Decay Vice lipstick in the shade Criminal. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. As a base on my lid, I use the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Mossy Green. For my transition color, I used Makeup Geek Bake Sale. From the Balm Meet Matte Shmaker palette on my lid, I'm using Rose Snyder. In my crease, I'm wearing Matte Stupak. And in my outer corner, I'm wearing Matte Snyder. For liner on my waterline and the outer part of my lower lash line, I use the Urban Decay 24/7 liner in Stash. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the Sonia Kashuk blush in Melon. On my lips, I'm wearing the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss in Fuel. Here is today's look using my palette of the month. As a base on my lid, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow Crayon in Enduring Rose. For my transition color, I'm using Makeup Geek Petal Pusher. From the Balm Meet Matte Shmaker palette, I'm wearing Jamie Wong on my lid, Matte Shavaran in my crease, and Matte Wong in my outer corner. Here what the eyes look like up close. On my cheeks, I'm wearing MAC blush in What I Fancy. On my lips, I'm wearing the Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade Crush. So as you guys saw with the looks, I did try to use every duo, and then I did add in some of these shades, usually the matte warm brown and the matte mauve. I mixed in with some of these other duos to give me a full look, because as I said on the bottom, these shades are too dark for me to use specifically as a crease color. I also had to pull in some transition shades because these two are too dark for me for a transition color. I am not someone that minds pulling in supplemental shades at all. It's very rare that I just use one palette to create a full look, so that does not personally bother me. However, that might bother you, that you can't exactly get a full look out of this palette, but I think it depends on your skin tone. I do think if you have a medium skin tone, you could get away with using all of these colors and create a full look with them. I think that a medium skin tone would flatter all of these shades best, but light skin tones and deep skin tones, I believe, can wear majority of the shades in these palettes. For a deep skin tone, I think the only color that might not work would be Matte Lemos, but maybe if you mixed in a little bit of the brown, you could use it to set your primer. But otherwise, I think all the rest of these shades would look really, really nice on deep skin tones. So now I wanted to talk about the formula, the texture, and the pigmentation. These eyeshadows are quite pigmented, but they are also buildable, which I think is really nice. I was happy with that, and those are formulas that I like to work with. Not too sheer, but also not too much pigment from the jump and then have trouble working with them, so I really did enjoy the pigmentation. But for the formula, I love my Meet Matte palettes. Those are some of the best matte eyeshadows I've ever used, but I can tell you that the matte shadows in these palettes are a completely different formula. They are not near as soft, and also when I was applying these, every shadow I put in my crease looked choppy and it would not blend out nicely. And I set my primer just like I do every other day. My brushes were clean. I tried my brushes were a little dirty. No matter what, they did not blend out nicely in my crease and they look choppy, which is such a bummer. And I have not tried other eyeshadow palettes from the Balm. I mostly love their cheek products, so I'm wondering if this formula is similar to the Nude Tude, Nude Dude, and Nude Beach. If you guys have tried those and you tried these, I would love to know what your thoughts are. I was very disappointed with the way that these mattes blended out, because these two shades I think are absolutely beautiful, and I know I would use those a ton, but I'm not going to want to reach for these because they don't look that awesome on the eye. But for the shimmers here, I think these are really nice. They have a beautiful sheen to them. They aren't too wet. Some eyeshadows feel like they have too much dimethicone and then they really badly transfer on my hooded eyes, but these are really easy to work with, except for the shade Alex Stupak, this bronze, it has more glittery pieces in here, so it is a little bit more chunky, and I do get fallout when I use that one, but the rest of these are very smooth. My favorite shade in this palette is Pat Lemos, a beautiful copper color, but it has the best formula of any of these shades in here. It is very pigmented and super smooth. So that's my favorite one, but I also don't think it's that tough to formulate a shimmery copper. I had been wanting to get the Balm Nude Beach palette, even though it is just like a warm neutral palette. I was wanting to buy that one, but now I'm hesitating because if the formula of those mattes is like the formula of these mattes, I'm not going to enjoy working with them because it isn't going to blend out nicely. So now to give you my overall thoughts on this palette, I am very disappointed with the formula of the matte shadows and the fact that they don't blend out very well. I do think they chose some really pretty versatile colors that can work for a lot of skin tones, but these are not unique eyeshadows. I can guarantee that you already own most of these in your collection, whether it's in a single or another palette. I know that I personally do. So this is something I am actually going to be passing along to a friend because these shades aren't unique enough that I am going to want to reach for this palette just to use one of these shades, because I have a very comparable formula from another brand where I probably enjoy the other eyeshadows in the palette more. So overall, the colors are pretty, not unique, and I don't enjoy the formula of the matte shadows. So I'm really disappointed because I really wanted to fall in love with this. I love almost everything that I've tried from the Balm. So if you guys have tried this out, I would love to know your experience in the comments down below. I would also love to know, what are your favorite products from the Balm? If you're wanting some of my recommendations, the Mary Luminizer Highlighter, the Bahama Mama Bronzer, all of their blushes, and the Meet Matte Nude and the Meet Matte Tremoni palette. Those are my favorite products from them. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.